took a look at it yesterday, and the last time I did the top 10 running back list was almost 3 weeks ago, and this one is completely different than the last one. I think the number 1 guy on the last one is actually our number 10 here today. That's how long it's been, and I have to get this updated for you guys here today. But if you guys enjoy top 10s, I do them for all the main positions. I also do gameplays and all the new cards, so make sure you hit that like, hit that sub. We are now under 1,000 subs away from 40K. I appreciate y'all so much, man. But other than that, let's get into number 10 here. If you are looking for cheap, fast Madden coins to build that God Squad you always wanted, head over to my sponsor, EasyMut, and use code CHEW for 5% off your order. The link is in the description. And look at him, boys. Edgerrin James. Yes, I believe he was tied for number 1 on our last list. I went and looked at it, and Edge is a dog. He is the slowest guy on the list, so he's the only guy that is 93 speed and below. Or 92 speed and below. Yeah, he's a little bit on the slower end, which does suck. But at the end of the day, there's no one really else at 93 speed to put above. I do think speed is a big deal at running back. I always will. But he is still a good card. Compared to all the other 92 speed guys, I do think I like him still the most. He does have 92 agility, 90 carrying is still nice. 88 change of direction is a little weak. I will say his change of direction and the trucking is a little bit weak compared to like other 92s in the game. But I feel like Edge is always one of those guys who has a good build in game. He always gets good animations. And the thing I like about him, like I said, good build. 220 pounds, he's going to fall forward a lot. And also, if you like to pass the ball, although he has 71 catching, gift wrapped is the best ability, or one of the best abilities in the game. He's going to catch everything regardless. He is also 6'2", so he's a great receiving back out the backfield. And I'd like to take a look at the discounted abilities. I don't think he gets any. This was before we started getting crazy discounted abilities, was the 92s, all right? I think it was when we started getting like 93s and 94s, so he doesn't really have much there either. Number 9, we do got our guy Warwick Dunn, and now we're moving up to that 93 speed range, and Warwick Dunn was actually one of the cards that I see never out there on the field. So he just got Redux yesterday. Maybe we see him a little bit more because he was always so expensive, but this dude's actually a baller. He was actually one of the better running backs last year. He got a free card that everybody used, and this year I think a lot of people kind of underestimated him, but you can see 5'9", 187 pounds. He's a smaller back, but the good news about those guys is I think they play really well, personally, in my opinion, because they don't get touched at the line of scrimmage. They always get to the second level, and with how good the juke move is, you can make one guy miss and go all the way with a guy like Warwick Dunn. The thing is, though, with him is, like, obviously not the best carrier in the world. He's not the tallest. He's not going to fall forward a lot, so you got to be good with stick work. You got to be good juking the ball and getting through that line of scrimmage. But Warwick Dunn, with good user, is one of the better running backs. And like I said, with 92s, I don't think they really got any crazy discounted abilities, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I might be mistaken on the 92s, but I'm pretty sure they got nothing crazy, so it's nothing even really worth looking to. Now we move over to number 8, where Kyren Williams is beating out Warwick Dunn, and Kyren Williams is another one of those cards where he is just super underrated. He was a quick sell LTD, meaning he was like literally 450K at a point, so he was right next to being like to his quick sell value. He is 93 speed though, 94 excel, 90 agility. He's another guy just like Warwick Dunn, where we're talking about a small running back, where yes, you're going to get to the next level, you're going to juke out a lot of people, but you can notice the difference already. He has 90 plus carrying, he has way better catching, he has way better trucking as well compared to Warwick Dunn. He is basically Warwick Dunn, but way better. I mean, you could just compare the two. I already did on mud.gg when I was making this list last night. Kyren Williams is literally better in like almost every facet of the game. Another guy, 92 overalls, not really getting much, but he is a lot more usable now. He's like really cheap because he got Redux yesterday. Might be a good time to try out this guy. Number 7, we got our guy Bijan, and I will say number 7 and above feels really elite. I think Bijan can be interchanged with anybody up to like number 5 right here in the list. I think these guys are all very good, and they're all very close in skill. But Bijan is a dog because you look at the speed, obviously 93, you got 93 agility. Across the board, I mean, Kyren Williams matches up almost perfectly with this guy, right? But the big deal with Bijan Robinson, where you're not seeing like, you're probably wondering why is he better than Kyren, right? The stats on Kyren might be a little bit better, but Bijan Robinson has the X Factor running back apprentice where it starts on. So he gets running back apprentice for, I would say, like, it's only on for 4 downs, probably around like 30 to 40% of the game, depending on how long it goes, but he's going to get it for free the entire game, or for that percentage of the game, if that makes sense. Bijan Robinson is a great value. Any 0 AP ability that's really good, throwing some Texas routes on the field, some ghost routes. Bijan Robinson's a dog, man. This card is one of those guys that just plays a lot better than his stats as well. I see him probably one of the more popular running backs in the game because I think everybody loves Bijan, and a lot of people grabbed that LTD when he was pretty cheap for a little bit. Now we're getting into some 93 overalls here at number 6. Our guy, Marshall Faulk. This dude was a dog. I loved playing with him in the gameplay video. That was one of the more fun ones we recorded. But you can see another 93 speed guy, 93 excel, 93 agility across the board. So perfect right there. 90 carry. I love seeing 90 plus carrying. 1 fumble can literally lose you a game in an offensive Madden. And yeah, I don't want to fumble with my running back, especially the guy touching the ball the most, right? He does have 88 catching, one of the highest on the list. I will say I would have valued that a little bit more last year, but this year gift wrapped is literally broken, so it's like hard to like, you know, push Marshall Faulk above all the other guys. But still, it is really good, especially if for some reason you're not using gift wrapped. I don't know why you wouldn't be, but if you aren't, you know, 88 catching is definitely really nice. He does have 94 change direction, though, 94 break tackle. He's another small running back. But I will say, I don't know what it was with Marshall Faulk. It might have been that change direction, but this dude felt stickier than everybody out there. I love this card. He was really, really good. I did end up having to sell him after using him because he was like 1.2. And I just like, you know, I'm really cheap on my running back unless it's a guy I really, really love in the game. But yeah, a good card. He also has good route running at 82. Oh, I forgot about his abilities. Yeah, he has really good abilities too. He also does have evasive for 2 AP. Jukebox for 1 is really good, especially with now how you can afford that. And also these cards do get X Factor, so he gets the Backfield Master Collectors where it starts on. So he has Bijan's ability and he gets 1 AP Jukebox. Yeah, we got to go Marshall Faulk every day. Now we move into our top 5 where our guy Cordero Patterson finds himself. I love this dude. If you guys have played Madden in the last 3 years, you guys know how good Cordero Patterson is. He has been a legend in Madden Ultimate Team, and this card is very good as well. He's a guy that is 6'2", 220 pounds. He does get all the good animations. He is really tall, like edge out there. I don't know what it is though. He feels a lot taller than 6'2". Like if you look at edge and you play with Cordero right after, I feel like Cordero feels like he's like 6'4" at that point, right? I don't know. He's a great receiver out the backfield. Obviously, when it comes to catching, really, really good right there. The one negative they always kind of like cheat him on is the carrying at 88, which I will say I did get to use this card for a little bit. I was rocking that Raiders team, and he did not fumble. Not as much as you think he would with 88 carrying. If he did fumble, I don't really remember it at all. That's all I got to say. And it was kind of a while I had him on the team, but Cordero Patterson is a dog. He doesn't get any crazy abilities. I know he gets angry runs. He does get unstoppable route tech and the wrecking ball angry runs. I don't think it's like the most valuable in the world, but I think Cordero Patterson's one of those guys in game that outperforms everybody. If he had better abilities, he could be even higher on this list, but yeah, his abilities are kind of mid. Even the guys behind him are a little bit better, but I truly feel like Cordero Patterson, as a strict runner, it doesn't get much better in Madden. It just doesn't. Number 4, we have one of the most underrated cards in the game, Austin Eckler. This dude, I know he's been what he is in real life. Obviously, not the greatest year in the world. This was a throwback LTD, and Austin Eckler at a 94 overall. Although we would have loved to see 94 speed, 93 is still really good with 94 excel, right? He has 90 catching, so he is by far the best catching in the game, or not by far, but he's the only one hitting 90, which is nice, right? Like I said, gift wrapped plus 90 catching. He shouldn't drop literally anything in the game. He also does have great stats, 92 carrying, 90 change direction, 90 break tackle for a 5'10" running back. So he's kind of like those work duns, those the Kyron Williams, like I said in the game. The one thing about Austin Eckler, though, that makes him so valuable in the game, him and one other running back in the game get this ability. Only one other guy. And Austin Eckler gets a 1 AP running back apprentice. I know we saw Bijan, but like I said, Bijan's only going to be on for like 30-40% of the game. It's an X factor that turns on and off, right? Austin Eckler for 1 AP. Everybody has 1 AP extra using Jalen Hurts, Otto Graham, Joe Flacco, or I don't know if Joe Flacco gets it, but Lamar gets an extra 1 AP. A running back apprentice is a big, big deal, and I think that could save a lot of offenses and make them even better. And a guy like Austin Eckler, yes, a little bit underrated, but this dude is a dog for sure. So now we get into our elite top 3. The elite top 3, I really feel like you can go wherever you want depending on your circumstances. If you're Zero Chill theme team, obviously Saquon's the best. I like to rank these videos off of a base value. It's really hard for me just to go, oh, everybody runs Zero Chill, let me put him at Zero Chill number 1. I can't do that, you know. I got to keep these lists a little bit fair, but you guys know if you're running Zero Chill, yes, Saquon Barkley is the guy for you right now in the game. But 93 speed, I would have loved to see 94. Imagine him boosting up to 96 with the theme team. But he does have 95 excel, 95 agility, which is insane to match that. And you'll see right there, he has the highest carrying in the game at running back at 95. He should not fumble ever. I will say, I don't think he's fumbled for me yet when I did have him. I don't have him anymore yet, and you guys probably know why. Cough, cough, I'm a Browns fan. Let me just say that. But 73 catching on him, I will say that is kind of a negative, but with gift wrapped, he is okay. 94 change direction, 94 break tackle. Saquon is a weird card, though. I will always say he is a small running back, but he's like a big running back at the same time. Like, he's really, really small out there, but he is 233 pounds, so he's going to fall forward a lot. He does get the good animations. Saquon, the one thing that's a negative, though, be compared to him and a lot of guys on the list, like even the 4, 5, 6 guys, even the 1 and 2, he has the worst abilities out of all of them. He only gets really these 2. Jukebox for 1 is cool, but I don't think it's as valuable as having, like, you know, an apprentice, an X factor that makes you break tackles or whatnot. So yeah, I mean, it is cool, but you know, it's not going to move us. It's not going to make him better than 1 or 2 for me. So now we move over to number 2, and we have Todd Gurley. And I know this one might throw some people off. I really think it will. But the thing with Todd Gurley, though, if you guys know what I'm talking about, number one got some broken X Factors. I also got to watch the MCS tournament this entire weekend because I knew I was making this list. I got to talk to the Twitch chat. Seems like everybody kind of agrees that number 1 is number 1. He has broken X Factors, broken abilities in the game. But moving on and talking about our number 2, let's not like negate Todd Gurley. He is still a dog. Gets every team chem, which I do think is a boost. But like I said, I think Zero Chill is the most popular, and he doesn't really get Zero Chill, so it's kind of holding back a little bit. But Todd Gurley, obviously 95 base speed, even if you're using on a non-team team as a dog. He has 94 carrying as well. For some reason, they gave him really low catching. Like, why can't we just juice the card that we got to pay a bajillion for anyways? I don't know, it's whatever, but 93 change direction, 94 break tackle. It does suck because when you compare his stats to other guys on this list, like, they're really not that far off for what you got to do and what overall this card truly is. It is a little tough, but Todd Gurley is still a guy that balls out there. He falls forward all the time, and every time I watch him. Also, they did cheat him down here, 70 shore out running, which I did notice and was super ugly, but we move. Todd Gurley, another guy, though, like I said, the number 1 guy, ability-wise, is 10 times better. You can see his 1 AP abilities, which almost everybody just only has 1 AP with their stack. He only gets Jukebox and Armbar, which Jukebox is still OP, but yeah, I don't know. You're probably not using 2 AP on Backfield Master or 2 AP on Bruiser, if that makes sense. And no special X Factor, which sucks, man. I really wish they would have made him a little bit better to make it a little bit more, like, you know, trustworthy to put that many coins in. But I do think he is definitely 1A, 1B. I think the number 1 guy, though, I got to lean because how broken. And you don't even got to use your brain to use him. Number 1, we have Peyton Hillis. You guys knew I was going with him, but he is a power back at 240 pounds, and he gets the good juke. Yes, they gave Peyton Hillis a good juke. As you guys know, to get the good juke, you just got to be below 246 pounds. It's common knowledge. He gets it. 240 pounds. He's nice out there. 6'1", so he's going to be a great receiving back. And if we come down here, they gave him plus 14 shore out running on Todd Gurley. I don't know what it is with the cover athletes, but they make these cards like Zeus out here. They make, like, they love the cover athletes for some reason. They juice them compared to every card in the game. He gets 91 carrying, which is still really good. It's not 94 like Gurley, but as long as you're plus 90, you're going to be perfectly fine out there. He has way better catching at 86. 91 change direction on a 240-pound man is insane. You gotta factor in the weight. The weight's a big deal. He falls forward all the time. 96 trucking, 95 break tackle. Like I said, statistically, it's like crazy how much he like lines up with like a guy that's a 96 overall, right? But that's not the good thing about Peyton Hillis, right? You come here, he gets angry runs for 0 AP. It starts on too, by the way. So he starts on with an X Factor, 8 plays on. You can earn it back. And the way you earn it back, if you guys do not know, is you run another 8 times for 1+ yard. So it's easy to get back after you get it off. But he also does have unstoppable freight train, meaning if you unlock it, it is on the entire game. The entire game. I don't use that because I think angry runs is just a little bit easier. And if you're playing the event, you know, you just want it on most of the time. But yeah, this is broken as well. But if you come over here, he does have the wrecking ball built in. I don't think anyone's using that because it's 3 AP and quarterback sacks are too much. But he does have some good 1 AP abilities too. Just like Austin Eckler, he gets running back apprentice. So you could have running back apprentice and also have angry runs, which is an X Factor. You're going to break every tackle for 1 AP. That is insane. And he's also 240 with the good juke. He's tall. He's going to fall forward. I mean, it's hard to put Gurley above him. Gurley's abilities are way worse. He's only +1 speed on him. They both get the same anime. It's hard. I mean, it's hard. Peyton Hillis is the dog, man. I just really can't put Gurley above him. I just can't. I know it sounds like I'm a Browns homer right now, but like I said, I watched the comp tournament where those dudes are playing for like $30,000+, and most of them had Peyton Hillis out there. It's crazy, but I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think. Who's your number 1? Boys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Let me know which running back are you rocking right now in the game. You guys know I bought Peyton Hillis, and I had to keep him. That's the guy I've been begging for to come back in Madden. As a Browns fan, I needed him back in the game. And thankfully, they juiced him like crazy, and I could use this card for a fat minute. And we might even get a Browns team video coming here soon. I don't know, boys. But I hope to see you guys in the next one. Come check out the Twitch stream as well. We stream every single day, and I'll see you guys there. Peace out, boys.